Hi, I'm Tech Nugget, and I'm here to ask you a few questions. Do you struggle with CPU temperatures? Is your PP so small because your cooler is also really small? Do you just really love RGB and just want to get a big old cooler just to fit the RGB aesthetic in your PC? Well, today I have this video for you. I'm going to be showing you how to install this brand new, not really brand new, but this Vetroo V5 CPU cooler into really any system, but more specifically a Lenovo Legion case. And it's actually quite simple. I thought it'd be quite hard, but no. If I can do it, then you certainly also can too. So stay tuned, and affiliate links for the product are in the description too. Comrades, it is here. I am fairly certain this is the cooler. Yep. First look. Throw that over there. And there it is. Try to get it open. Don't really want to destroy the box too much. Little piece of cardboard. Instructions. Foam. Fan and heatsink. Oh wow, this is a heavy boy. Fan. Surprisingly high quality. Looking good. Our cables. What else? It's mounting hardware. Got some thermal paste. There's a backplate. I'm not sure if we're going to be using this, but I'm willing to. And some brackets. And some more foam at the bottom. I think that's about it. Yep, nothing else down there. Oh, here we go. Heatsink is a bit heavier than I expected, if I was to be honest, but I said it's just a bunch of metal, so put that down, put the box down. Let's get going. So we go in more detail. We got their own Vetroo thermal paste, a plastic backplate, AMD brackets, Intel brackets, the little wire things you mount the fan with, another bag, and the screws that you mount the brackets to the heatsink with. So I got some Q-tips and paper towels to clean off thermal paste of this. And first of all, I'm going to remove the graphics card. Not sure where to put this. Yeah. Put it up there for now. Quick disclaimer before we get to the part about mounting the fans. You actually want to put on the brackets before the fans and get it actually installed on the motherboard before you put on the fan so you can actually screw it in. Alright, so I got it. You get the, you get one side, hold on, another one. You get one side of this to the end, and you get it through the hole. Try to get the other side through the hole, and then you push down, and don't know how well you can see that, but this little edge right there, I think that's what that one is, goes underneath the heatsink. There we go. Now they're through both holes. Pull it down. And it goes right under. There you go. Fan installed. Alright. Here we go. Let's get the brackets on. Alright, so I'm gonna take this off because it's gonna get in the way of the mounting bracket. Oh, it ripped. Oh, it's a pretty solid peel. It's like an Apple product or something. Oh boy, that's sticky. Put it there. There are your 5 copper heat pipes. Once again, I might do a review on this thing, but right now I'm just here to put it on and hopefully not break my motherboard, because this thing weighs about 3 pounds. Alright, brackets are on. Alright, so now I'm going to start removing the motherboard. So obviously we're going to want to unplug everything. Most of the things just have a little clip, like the 24 pin has one. I don't know if you can see that, but it's back there. A lot of them they slide right out. I want this one. You don't? Yeah, you stick up right there. So yeah, these are pretty easy to pull out. I think the one that I had the hardest time with is the CPU cable, because it's a little tight. So yep, once you're done with that, press play, I guess. Alright, so all the cables you should have had, there should be one like right there. Right there. There's one down here. I think one right there, maybe 2. And 2 SATAs from here. USB 3 from here, that's what that is. And the 24 pin, which is like a sore thumb, you can't miss it. And lastly, you just have to get the CPU power cable, and that one's really hard, so I'm just going to stop recording for it. But really, you just press the tabs and pull. I'm just really weak. Alright, so now you want to remove this. This is the Wi-Fi card, and it's kind of tricky to remove. You need a really small screwdriver. I can't really show the screw, but yeah, it's pretty small. So to get this thing removed, you're pretty much almost ready to take the motherboard out other than these screws. Alright, so finally after about an hour, I got the CPU cables out. Once you get the first one out, it's pretty easy to get the second one out. They're both 4 pins, so yep, now we're going to start unscrewing the screws on the motherboard. There's 9. There's 1 right there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, yep, unscrew those, and you are you are actually basically ready to take out your motherboard. Alright, last one. Alright, so now I got all the screws out, so you want to pick it up by the cooler. Alright, here we go. It's quite delicate. Alright, here we go. I'll put this thing down. It's a little bit smaller than I expected, and also please have something to put your motherboard on, like, I don't know, a blanket or a table or something. Not a table, a blanket or a piece of cardboard or something, because putting it on a table, it could get scratched. So yeah, just please put it on something softer. Yeah, here's our motherboard. This is what the case looks like without it. It's pretty bare looking, and a little cable spaghetti over there. So let's flip this bitch around. And there we go. This is the backplate we need to remove. But before we do that, let me grab the cooler. Flip it back around. We should probably remove the cooler. Alright, so unscrewing this thing's pretty easy. Just go a little at a time, a little over there. There we go. A little over here. A little down here. There we go. Yay, thermal cum. Alright, let's put this guy down on the fan so we don't get thermal cum all over my desk. Here's our 10400F. Getting the thermal paste off is pretty easy. I just use a paper towel and you just wipe it off. It is pretty thick, but not too much, not too bad. Just, I guess as much as you can. That's pretty good. Give it a good blow job. And yeah, there's the CPU. I'm gonna throw this away. And let's quickly get the CPU fan. Oh, there we go, it's off. Alright, and now this is pretty much clean. So yeah, let's take our big PP cooler. Put her down, here she is. But we're not ready to mount it yet. we still need to take off this old back plate. So let's get to that. Taking this thing off is pretty easy. You're just gonna grab it from up here and down here, and it starts to pop up a little bit. You have to use a little force to get it off. Yeah, just kind of pull it. It's not gonna break anything, I hope. So to mount this back plate, you want to have these there's little numbers. You want it to be at 115x is what I've come to, and also you should probably adhesive protector off. There you go. It's like a little sticker. I wouldn't recommend putting it on you though. That'd be stupid. And just line up the holes on the back of the motherboard and drop it in. So I ended up adjusting one of them to the lower setting, which is like 775 or something like that. So yep, adjust one to the lowest it can go, and then the other to midway. So now, hopefully, I'm gonna check to see if this will fit on, but I still want to add another fan to the back. I think we're good. So what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna take this up here fan from the back of the case, and I'm gonna put it on the back of the cooler as an exhaust. So this one intakes, and this one helps exhaust. And then I'm gonna put this old Legion fan that was in the back, that was exhausting to begin with, and I'm gonna put it to its old former spot, and yeah, it's gonna be exhausting. So let's get to it, I guess. All right, so sorry if you can hear Mr. Lawnmower Man back there. He decides to start lawn mowing as I record the video, so now I'm going to attach this up here fan to the back of this cooler. That's pretty easy. I think I already taught you guys how to do that. See that in both holes? I'm doing it with one hand. I just did it with one hand. If I can do it with one hand, you can do it with two at least. So I'm gonna do the other side, and I'm gonna try to attach this thing. All right, so now you really just want to drop this thing on. Align the screws. I'm now noticing what kind of a fucking dumbass I am. You can only screw this in without the fans, so yeah, I'll be right back. All right, take two. Now, let's drop it on. We all aligned. All right, let's screw it in. I'm obviously gonna take it back off because it doesn't have any thermal paste on. It's in though, so yeah, I'm gonna screw these all on. Once again, you do a little on each side, so a little here, a little here, a little here, and a little here, and then a little here. Every time, I'd recommend, with your first round of screws, you should feel it. You should try to take it off and see if it comes off. And on the side you're doing, if it comes off on that side, then tighten up the opposite side a little bit. Well, loosen it up, I mean, don't tighten it. That's the exact opposite. And yeah, keep going until you can actually get the screw down, so yep. Also, ask any questions in the comments if you have any. I don't think I've mentioned that yet. And there's some guy called Pinky Tech who actually helped me a little bit with this video. He made another installation tutorial, and he actually did more benchmarks, like cooling benchmarks. So, yep, I'll link him in the description below. I got his permission to mention him, don't worry about it. So, yep. All right, so I tried it. It tightens, it fits. I can pick up the motherboard up by the cooler. It works. So I'm going to apply a little droplet of thermal paste, and we are gonna tighten this bitch on, and my life is gonna be complete. So yep, let's a little drippity droop of thermal paste, not too much, not too much, and make sure the V is the correct way. The screws lined up. Push down a little bit, put a little pressure. And let's begin screwing. All right, so it's actually in, so we're all good. So 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. All right, I'll see you guys when this is all tightened up. All right, so I'm gonna get these fans on now. I think you guys already know how to get these on. They're a little more tricky on the motherboard standing up like this. So yep, just gonna repeat the process, but standing up. All right, so yeah, you got in each hole and got in down there. I just push it back. See that? That's down there. All right, so now your cooler should look a little something like this, maybe just with one fan. I doubt some of you guys might have a second fan, but I happen to, so you want to pick up your motherboard by the cooler, by the heatsink, not the fans, and take it to your PC. Yeah, basically just place it inside. Alright, pick your motherboard up, and try to nestle it in there. There we go. I'm going to try to get any excess cables that might be stuck. So now that you have placed your motherboard in the correct spot, make sure the I/O is pretty flush. Make sure there's no cables underneath your motherboard before screwing it down. And yeah, you just want to grab your screws. So mine are in this bag. You might have like a cup or something. I'd recommend having a bag or a cup so you don't lose them. Alright, now you got a screw in. I just... Oh, came undone. Let me just reseat those real quick. So now you grab your tiny little screw with your tiny little screwdriver and push down the Wi-Fi card a little bit more real quick. Get it all lined up. Screw it back in. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get this fan in the exhaust position. So plug in all of these cables and we'll power this thing on and check it out. I'll also show you guys how to cable manage or get the cables back there, get everything plugged in. So, yep, I'll be back when that's all ready to get started. All right, now we're on the home stretch. We have the GPU, and we're ready to seat it. And a good snap. There we go. It's in. All we really have to do at this point is just plug everything in. So this little guy, it's focused on the graphics card. Just shove these cables up here for now. This one, here. There we go, that's in. There we go, that's in. And a lot of wires. There's a little plugged in. That's as in as it's gonna get, so this guy and down there. And now we really only have the big boys left. Alright, graphics card is reseated. Those are the CPU connectors. Damn, there's a lot of cables now. Try to get some out of the way. Alright, graphics card power. There we go, that's in. These little SATA connectors. This one goes on the bottom one. This one goes on the top. There we go, those are in. I just shoved the CPU cable up there. 24 pin. Big boys in. Alright, we got USB 3. Just bend it around and, there we go. Alright, I'm going to flip it back around so I can get the CPU cable. So I just kind of push the CPU cable up back around there. Try to get these little cable management things down. I'm not a pro by any means in this case. Sucks to cable manage, so. And this cooler is not being a help, so yeah, I'm not gonna be able to film plugging that in, so yeah, I'll just magically. So I'm going to daisy chain, which is basically connect this RGB header to the RGB header on the first Vetroo fan, so yep, I'm just gonna push this up around here, so. This following part only really applies to me, so yeah, don't take too much note. Alright, so now we got everything plugged in. We are all good. And yes, here is the RGB connector. So let's push this back through here. Just shove it, break all the pins because they're useless. That was a joke. Please don't do that. Please just don't do that. If you do, it's not my fault. As I said, it was a joke. Alright, yeah, just push that all back there. Yeah, fuck cable management, am I right? Cable management's for lame people. Alright, that's good enough. And here we are. So there's that. Also, I moved the fan hub to back here, so yeah. And there it is. Yeah, alright, so now you want to take the part with the pins, and plug it in, just like that. And now that you got that plugged in, you take the other female part and you plug it into the male part on the daughter board. And there you go. That's in. Let's see if we can clean anything up. I think this looks a hell of a lot better now. And next, we are going to get rid of these disgusting green RAM PCBs, and we are going to put on some nice RAM covers. That video will hopefully be out soon. Probably not, but yeah, just look out for it. So these cables are kind of all over the place. Not much you can do with them. They're not too bad. Can't really see them if you have the side panel on, so yeah. I say I rebuild my setup first and we turn this thing on, just see what it looks like. Alright, and here it is. I'm not gonna lie, it actually looks pretty good. It's so big, and it really does dwarf the size of that tiny little 1660 Super. So yeah, the fan, the RGB, it's alright. And it's really bright. It's the brightest fan in the system, actually. The Legion fan is actually a lot more dim than I thought it would be, and I kind of wish I would have left one of the up here fans as exhaust, but this is like, it actually moves with the temperature of the system, I'm pretty sure, because it's plugged into the motherboard instead of a SATA connector and with a fan hub, so yeah. So I'm pretty happy with it. So I'm going to play a few games of Rocket League. I'm going to play 2, and then I'm going to check the temperatures so I can compare them to one of my previous videos where I compared them with the front panel on and off. So yeah, let's get into that. And after that, during the whole of really both games, we're sitting about 38, 39, maybe at some point we were reaching into the 40s, but yeah. So in the Rocket League video where I tested Rocket League temperatures, the CPU temps were actually getting more about low 60s, maybe sometimes high 50s, so going down to high 30s, basically just 38 solid, that's pretty good. I only really paid $25 for this cooler because it was on sale, and I also think I got a coupon, so it was on sale for $5 off, which was $30, and then I got the free $5 coupon, so it was $25. So that's a pretty damn good deal for that nice RGB, the pretty easy installation, and what was that? It's about 20 degrees, 20 to 15 degrees of dropping, well, 20 to 15 degrees gone. So yeah, that's pretty good. Let's move on to the next game. Alright, so this is the same game we tested the single channel versus dual channel videos, so I also got the CPU temps in that video so we can compare. So looking from the benchmarks I just did to the benchmarks I did in the single versus dual channel video, you can see that there is a pretty big decrease in temperature, about, I'd say about like 10, 12 degrees, maybe 15 at times. Also notice how the CPU cooler utilization is around the same, so 19% on the stock cooler and 29% on the Vetroo cooler. That's pretty close. About 29% on the stock cooler would get you probably around 47 degrees, when 29% on the Vetroo cooler gets you only like 38. So that's about 9-10 degree difference for about, I don't know, $30 if you get it on the current sale. It'll be about $35 when it goes off of sale. So I would say yes, this thing is very much worth it from the nice aesthetics, the easy installation, and the very much improved temperatures. So once again, visit m-atx channel, and he has a video up on going a little more in depth with the cooling benchmarks. I just went in depth with the installation, especially for Lenovo Legion systems. It will work. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Affiliate links, once again, will be in the description. Please order all your Amazon needs from them. That would be much appreciated. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Comment, like, and subscribe. And I love you guys. Bye.